All right, so second Patreon request of the day, and this one comes from Tom Hibbert, who asked me to talk about, is adult animation dying? Now, I don't necessarily think adult animation is actually dying. I don't think that at all. I think it's actually like getting better. And the reason why he brought this up was because of the new Gennady Tartakovsky movie Fixed, which is more of an adult comedy, and I watched it and went, I know it's Gennady's animation, but like, this is what Tartakovsky wanted to make? Yeah. In fact, it did get cut and was brought to Netflix. It was cut by, it was a tax write-off from Warner Brothers, thanks Zaslav, but Netflix came in and took it. So that kind of led to a question of, is adult animation dying? Like, is it like even worth it anymore? And I gotta disagree. It's a hard disagree. And yes, there was a time where adult animation was just kind of stagnating. Everyone wanted it to be The Simpsons, everyone wanted to be Family Guy, and there really wasn't any room to grow. There was at no point any room for anything to really like expand creatively. And that was kind of the problem, really. That was just kind of the big problem on a whole. It was just, there was nothing. It was just basically the same thing over and over again. Seth MacFarlane making the same show 4 times over. So there was a time where if you asked me this question like 5-6 years ago, I would have said, yeah, adult animation is kind of stagnant and now it's just kind of bland. But that has drastically changed over, a good time. Like, there has been shows now that have basically proven, hey, we can actually turn a profit out of these shows. Like, we can legit turn a profit from all of these series. So I would dare say that adult animation is now swinging in the right direction. That's honestly where I think we're headed now, is a better, era for adult animation. The first thing that really kicked open the door for adult animation was the success of Castlevania. That was really the big thing, was Castlevania's success as a series. It really like ripped off the door, or kicked open the door for like other adult animated shows to come through. And now Adi Shankar's series like Devil May Cry, and also like, this is how we also got like a lot of more adult oriented action shows. Because there is now more appeal. It wasn't just anime. And I know someone's going to say, well, what about anime? Like, when it comes to adult animation, anime's got the corner market. And that's kind of the thing, is that, like, I'm not saying, like, Japan doesn't have adult animated shows that can be more than just comedy. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make here is that it's American adult animated shows that have the problem. And you could say, oh, but, Castlevania wasn't really an anime. Isn't really a cartoon, it's anime. No, it was made by an American company with the help of a Korean company. It's considered a American animated show, even though, yes, it is based off of a Japanese video game series. But yeah, Castlevania's success, and yes, there were other adult animated shows. You could even make the argument that it was Samurai Jack, the final season of Samurai Jack, that really had a hand in it. And we can go all the way back to Spawn, the animated series in the 90s, and how well that did as a show, even though, yes, it was ahead of its time. The Spawn adult animated series was kind of the opening door. It's the great granddaddy of all the adult animated shows, adult action shows. But yeah, now thanks to Castlevania and, Samurai Jack season, the final season, and then you had Primal. Primal really kicked open that door. And again, it's funny that, Gennady Tartakovsky, like, made all these doors. Tartakovsky opened all these doors, and then all of a sudden he's just, he made Fixed, which I get it. You want to have some variety, but like, That movie does not look good at all. I have got to be honest with you. It's not doing itself any favors. But yeah, so that's the thing. Is that I don't think it's dying. I think it's growing. You had other shows like Invincible Fight Girl, which I really wish that got another season. That show was awesome. You also had Unicorn, and it's still like growing. That's the other thing, is that adult animation is trying to branch out more. It's trying its best to branch out more, but again, we're so sedentary in comedy shows, like adult comedy shows, like your Family Guys, your Futurama. And I'm not saying anything bad that Futurama. So I'm not saying that Family Guy sucks, but for the most part, yeah, adult animation I think is going in a much better direction. It's taking a while, yes. It is absolutely 100% taking longer than expected, but I do believe that it's doing better. I honestly believe it's doing better as a series, and it's doing better as a genre. But yeah, we're still kind of like still in that mindset of only adult animation can be like for comedy and all that, like everything else. But I think I think we're living in a better age than we have ever before. Also another adult animated show that mixes comedy with action is Creature Commandos. And I think we're going to see a lot more, and again, DC's really leading the charge on that kind of front, of having more action shows, even though they are mixed with comedy. But I think James Gunn is going to change that very soon. So yeah, that's really just my 2 cents on the matter. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of adult animation? Do you think it's dying, or do you think it's growing and changing? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'd like to thank Tom Hibbert for this Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. And if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the 2nd tier. That'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.